Hey guys, today I'll be telling you about the very unique skill of shooting with both your eyes open. Now, first question, does anyone actually do that? And the answer is yes. I'm sure you've heard of the name Jin Jong-oh.
10.3 for Lee.
Current world record holder and the most recent world champion. You may have also heard of Pang Wei, also a very distinguished shooter in his own right.
With his senior world record, which is 2:43.6.
Whoa!
So, let's see what happens.
And both of these shooters shoot with both eyes open. Now, I'm not saying that we should shoot with both eyes open just because these top shooters are doing it, but it does make you wonder why. And is there something going on here? Now, one reason that you could think of is it might be because it's just simpler. If you have a blinder, you could lose it. You could lose it on the day of your competition. So, if you can do it, why not just not have a blinder? Another reason could be that it's just more natural to have a full field of vision. And if that makes you more comfortable, you'll probably perform better. And personally, that was the reason why I decided to shoot without a blinder. Simplicity and comfort. But the real question is there actually an advantage to shooting with both eyes open as opposed to using a blinder? And the answer is yes, for an opaque blinder. And the reason for this is because of pupil constriction. So I'm sure you know, if it's dark, your pupils will expand to let more light into your eyes so that you can see better in the dark. And if you're outside and the sun is shining, your pupils will probably contract so as to protect your eyes. And you can see this effect most clearly when you walk into a dark room right after you've been out in the sun. Your eyes need time to adjust. And this effect also happens when you apply an opaque blinder to your eye. So if you're right-handed and right-eyed, you cover your left eye, your left eye's pupil is going to expand. And although both eyes are somewhat independent, your left eye's contraction is going to have a small effect on your right eye as well, causing it to also expand. And this expansion of your pupil is directly related to your depth of field, meaning how far apart objects can be and still remain in focus. So normally we focus on our sights, right? And the target is a little blurred. But how blurred the target is directly related to how good our depth of field is, which in turn is related to how large our pupil is. So for the best depth of field, the best focus, we want our pupil to be small. That means it's best to be in a bright environment. And if we have an opaque blinder covering one eye, that is going to reduce our focus because our right eye's pupil is going to expand slightly more than it would if your left eye was exposed to light. So that's one reason why opening both eyes can be better in terms of focus than wearing an opaque blinder. Well, of course, this would not be an issue if you would use a translucent blinder. And people do this, but then again, you have the issues of comfort and convenience. Now, you may have also seen some shooters wearing a kind of black contraption over their right eye that almost obscures their whole field of vision. Now, that device is called an iris, and it has a similar purpose in restricting the amount of light that enters your eye and increasing your depth of field. But I'll discuss that another time. So we've gone through all the advantages of opening both eyes to shoot. And you'll be glad to know that it's actually very simple to achieve. I myself did it in a few days. And what you need to do is simply this. So if you normally wear a blinder, today, don't wear your blinder. And start off with just closing your non-aiming eye. Oh, sorry. I should probably mention that you can only achieve this if you have dominant right eye and dominant right hand. If you have a dominant right hand and dominant left eye, then I'm sorry, but you must wear a blinder. You can change your dominant eye. That is if you go around a few days. I don't really know how long you need to do this for, but if you go around for a while, covering your dominant eye, then after a while your dominant eye will change to the uncovered eye. But that's probably too much hassle for the normal person. So if you are so-called cross-dominant, then I'm sorry. But that is quite an uncommon case. So for most of you, you are probably right-handed with a dominant right eye. So for those of you, just go to training one day without your blinder, aim at your target as you would normally while closing your left eye. So far, so good. Now open your left eye. You might be confused for a while because you will be seeing a double image. Don't worry, just close your left eye again and everything's back to normal. And then try and see the difference between these two images. So one you're looking at with your right eye, that is the one with your rear sight, front sight and target all aligned. And the other image comes from your left eye, which will be looking at this whole system but slightly from the left. So you'll be seeing the left side of your pistol. Now, if you just close your left eye and open and close and open, switch between the two eyes, you should be able to distinguish between these two images. And then when you open both eyes, you should be able to tell which one comes from your right eye, because the two images will be in the same position. So just focus on the right image, which is from your right eye, and you should see your rear sight, front sight, and target aligned. And do your best to ignore the image that comes from your left eye. If you are right eye dominant, this should be pretty simple because the right image should be somewhat stronger. So just switch between your eyes, and very soon you'll be able to tell which image is the right one, and you just carry on shooting as per normal. So that is it. And if you would like to know more about any other aspect of air pistol shooting, just let me know. I've been shooting air pistol for over 10 years, and 5 of those years were spent in the Singapore national team. And I also spent 1 year coaching in high school. And I also think it's pretty fun to make these videos, so don't hesitate to ask.